Welcome to Spoonful of Om's Calm Class with me, Gina. And then on your next inhale, allow your arms to reach overhead. See if you can straighten the arms as best you can, even if the arms are lifted off the floor a little bit or moving toward the corners so that they're a little wider. And then let your arms sway from side to side. So as your arms sway over to the right side, that left elbow might bend a little bit. Maybe your gaze turns to the right. And then let your arms sway to the left side and same thing. Arms reach to the left, right elbow bends slightly, and your gaze turns to the left. Moving back and forth. Coming back to center. And on your next exhale, pull the lower back to the floor, bring the knees in toward the chest and wrap your arms around the shins. Knees can come nice and wide and you can rock here from side to side. And keep rocking from side to side. Let your arms come down to the floor into cactus arms. The next time your knees are over to the right side, you can let them come all the way down as you move into a twist. And then coming back through center and continue to rock from side to side. The next time your knees are to the left side, drop them down to come into a twist. Inhale as you come back to center. Wrap your hands around your right knee, extend your left leg long toward the front of the mat. And then turn your left big toe up toward the ceiling as the inner left thigh draws downward toward the floor, engaging the left leg, pressing the back of the leg down into the mat. Then extend your right leg up toward the ceiling, hands wrap around the back of your right thigh, and let your right leg move from right to left. And gently press into your right heel as the toes draw down toward the shin. And then take your right leg and move it over to the left side for just a different variation of a twist. You can take a block or blankets underneath the the right leg to support it, or you can use your left hand under the leg to support it. And on your inhale, start to reach your right arm overhead and then your left arm overhead. And inhale, arms reach out to the side, right leg lifts up, engaging the core and the abdomen. Turn the heel and toes out and let your right leg move out to the right side. And this time your right hand can support the right leg, or you can use blocks, a bolster, something under the right thigh to help support the leg. And left hand can come to your hip as you gently press the left hip down to the floor so it doesn't lift up or roll to the right. And then on your inhale, same thing here. Engage the core. Pull the back of your left thigh down to the floor. Try to keep your right leg hovering or use blocks or some sort of prop under the leg. And reach your arms overhead. then arms reach out to the side as you press gently into your right hand, reaching the right leg back up to center, and send the right leg forward into a full body stretch. Inhale. And on your exhale, pull the lower back to the floor, bring your right and left knee in toward the chest, and wrap your arms around the knees. And rock just a little bit from side to side. And coming to stillness and center. Straighten your right leg forward, keep the left knee in toward the chest, and draw the thigh toward the chest as close as you can. Squeeze it in. Press the back of your right leg downward, right toes pointing up toward the ceiling. And inhale to straighten the left leg up. Hands interlace around the back of the thigh. It can be up toward the knee, it can be a little bit lower. And let your left leg move from left to right. And the next time your left leg is over to the right side, roll onto the outer right thigh so you move into a twist, reaching the arms out off the shoulders. And on your inhale, reach the arms overhead into a V shape. And take a moment here as you release and drop that left shoulder down to be a little more even to the right. Inhale, arms reach out to the side, press down into the floor with your hands gently. Lift the left leg back up toward the ceiling. Turn the heel in, toes out, and let the left leg move out to the left side. Left hand can come underneath the leg to support it, or you can use blocks, bolsters, pillows. Right hand can come to your hip, and you're using your right hand to gently press the right hip downward toward the floor so it doesn't roll. And then engage the core, press the back of the leg down, reach the arms overhead on your inhale. Maybe keep the leg hovering over top of the floor without falling to the left side. And then arms reach out, press gently into your hands, lift the left leg back to center, and left leg comes forward and down. Arms reach overhead, full body stretch. On your next exhale, pull the lower back to the floor, reach the right leg up, interlace the hands around the right leg, and lift your head up, bring your nose toward your right knee. And continue to press through the heels, the toes draw down toward the shin. And then release the right leg forward, arms reach back overhead. And exhale, pull the lower back to the floor, left leg reaches up, hands come around the back of your left leg. Round yourself up, bring your nose toward left knee. And release the head and shoulders, left leg reaches forward, arms come overhead. Exhale, bring the lower back to the floor, right knee comes in, and then left knee comes in. Wrap your arms around the shins. Tuck your chin, lift your head up, bring your nose toward your knees. And inhale as you lower the head and shoulders, reach the arms overhead, and then bend the elbows out to the side for cactus arms. Knees are still in toward the chest. And on your inhale, feel the lower back continue to stay to the floor as you bring the right leg forward. You can lower it down as much as you can, but if you lower too far, your lower back might start to lift off the mat. So maybe keep it a quarter of the way away from the floor, and then exhale and bring the right knee back in. Keep pressing the lower back and lower ribs downward. Inhale, left leg extends forward, hovering it over the floor. And bring the left knee in toward the chest. And right leg extends forward, and this time hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the right knee in, and left leg extends forward. Lower back pulls down, so you might be halfway or 3/4 of the way down toward the ground. Holding 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the left knee in, right leg extends forward, and hold. Keep the internal rotation of your right leg. So you feel the inner right thigh drawing toward the center line. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the right knee in and extend your left leg forward and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the left knee in, hands come to your knees and begin to circle the knees out and around. So they're moving away from each other and back in towards center. And then take your hands to the outer edges of the feet as you move into Ananda Balasana, happy baby. Pulling the knees toward the side of the body, heels face toward the ceiling. And taking the bottoms of the feet, bring the bottoms of the feet together. Press the outer knees forward toward the front of the mat. And then lift the heels up toward the ceiling. Press the knees down toward the side of the body. Bottoms of the feet come together, outer knees press forward, flex through the feet here to protect and engage the knees and the muscles around it. And then bend the knees down, heels face up toward the ceiling. And here, as you're pressing the knees down to the floor with the arms or hands pressing into the feet, see if you can also press the feet into your hands, so a little bit of resistance. So you want to, as if you wanted to lift the knees off the floor and you're pressing the feet upward, but you're pulling the knees downward with the force of the arms. Again, make sure the feet are flexed. And then from here, bring the bottoms of the feet together, outer knees press forward. And then lift the heels up toward the ceiling one more time. Press the knees down with the force of the arms against the feet, and then push the feet into the hands at the same time. And inhale to release, reach the legs forward toward the front of the mat. Arms come overhead. And exhale, arms come down by your sides. Lift the right leg up toward the ceiling. And inhale, release the right foot down, arms reach overhead. Exhale, release the arms down, pull the lower ribs down as you lift the right leg. So core and hip flexor we're using here, and release the right leg, arms come overhead. And exhale, arms come down, right leg lifts. And inhale, arms overhead, right leg lowers. Exhale, lift, arms come down, and lower, arms reach overhead. And exhale, lift, arms come down. Take it nice and slow so you feel the muscles of the body working. And same as you come down, keep the lower back toward the ground as you release the right leg. And this time on your exhale, bring the right knee in toward the chest. Wrap your hands around your right shin and lift yourself up as you bring your nose toward the right knee. Inhale to release the head and shoulders. Reach the arms overhead and place the right foot down to the floor. Right knee bent. And on your exhale, bring the arms down by your side. Press into your right foot. Option to stay here with the back on the floor and the hips on the floor, or you can begin to lift the hips up like you're coming into this low bridge pose. Press into the base of your right big toe. Engage and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Maybe you want to lift your left foot up off the floor and let it hover for 5, 4, 3, press into the base of the big toe, 2, and 1. Nice and slowly with control, lower down. And send your right leg forward, reach your arms overhead. And on your exhale, left leg reaches up, arms release down by your sides. And inhale to lower, engage the core the whole way, arms come overhead. And exhale to lift the leg, arms release down for 2. Inhale to release the leg, arms come overhead. Exhale for 3. Inhale to lower. Exhale for 4. Inhale to lower. And exhale for 5. Inhale to lower. And exhale, bring the left knee in, hands wrap around the left knee or shin. Tuck your chin and then lift your head. Bring your nose toward your left knee. holding here. Now try to pull the knee kind of back as you reach the right leg forward. So you're creating this opposition between the stretch. And on your inhale, lower your head and shoulders. Bring the left foot down to the floor. Arms reach overhead. And on your exhale, press into your left foot, especially the base of your left big toe. Arms come down by your side and lift the hips as an option. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Maybe you want to lift the right leg to hover and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And nice and slowly lower the right foot and your hips down to the floor. Straighten your left leg forward, arms reach overhead. And on your exhale, bend the elbows out to the side, cactus arms, bring the knees up and let the knees come out to the side for Supta Baddha Konasana, or reclined bound angle pose. And then here you can turn your head over to the right side and just take a moment here as the face and the head becomes heavy to the right. Maybe you feel a sensation or stretch through the left side of the neck and shoulder or back. And if it doesn't feel okay in the neck, then bringing the head toward neutral. And inhale as you lift the head and turn it over to the left side. Let the left side be heavy. And take a moment to notice the sensation in the right side. Does it feel different from the left, or does it feel the same? Inhale as you come back to center. Bring the bottoms of the feet to the floor. You can take your hands to the outer knees and help the knees back together and in toward the chest. And then hands come to the back of the head, fingertips touching or clasping. Extend your right leg forward and bring your right elbow toward your left knee and hold. Now reach the knee a little bit away from you and try to lift the shoulder up a little bit more, reaching your elbow more toward the left knee. And then change sides, left elbow toward right knee, holding here. Lifting the body a little bit higher, the torso and shoulders, and reach the right knee a little further away. So you're trying to reach for something that's moving away from you. And then moving to the other side. And on your own breath, going back and forth from right to left for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Coming back to center, keep the head and shoulders lifted. And again, the knees kind of stacking over top of the hips. See if you can lift the head and back a little bit more away from the floor. Holding here, engaging the core, drawing the belly button down and the lower ribs toward the hip bones. And holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the head and shoulders down to the floor. Arms can come down by your side, almost like into a V shape. Keeping the knees stacked over the hips and keeping the lower back toward the ground. So as if you're kind of curling the tailbone underneath you a little bit, and then tap your right toes to the floor for 1. Same side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, keep the lower ribs drawing downward. 8, try not to lift them up. 9, and 10. We'll do the same on the other side. Knees are in line with the hips, kind of restack or resituate if it changed. Lower back is gluing down toward the floor as much as you can. The lower ribs are pulling toward the hip bones and you're stabilizing those two. And we'll tap the left toes a little bit forward and down for 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Hold here, keep the lower ribs drawing down, hands come back behind the head, lift the head and shoulders so the core should really be activated and heating up now. Lift the head and shoulders so you're kind of tucking the chin in and trying to lift your forehead toward your knees, and hold here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. On your inhale, nice and slowly with control, keep the lower back pulling down toward the ground. Keep the abdomen engaged and lower the head down to the floor. Hands come onto your knees or the backs of the thighs as you pull the knees in. And on your inhale, fingertips are facing away from you toward your toes. Press the knees away. Feel the lower back shift and the lumbar spine move a little bit away from the floor. And on your exhale, bring the knees in and let the lumbar spine release down. Inhale to press the knees away. Exhale to draw them back in. Inhale, press the knees away. And exhale back in. And one more time, inhale, press the knees away. And exhale as you bring them in. Extend your right leg forward toward the front of the mat. Send your left leg forward, cross the ankle, and then reach the arms over to the right. Use your right hand against your left, so kind of gently pulling it over to the right side. Not forcing it. And then on your inhale, left knee comes in first, engage the core, right knee comes in, arms come back to center, and then left leg extends forward with control. Keep the lower back pulling toward the floor, right ankle crosses over, and then your arms switch and move over to the left side. And take a breath or two here. Gently pulling at the right arm. And coming back to center, pull the lower back down. Right knee comes in and then left knee comes in. Reach the arms back to center. Wrap your arms around your shins. Lift your head up and bring your nose toward your knees. Good. And inhale as you lower your head and shoulders. Hands come to the backs of the thighs and start to rock yourself up and down as you roll along the spine. And on your next roll up, cross the ankles, bring the hands to the floor, and step back into downward facing dog.